Hey there, my Stampin' friends. Susan here with Pumpkin Hill Stampers. I have a Stampin' Show and Tell for you today, and today I'm going to be casing the catalog. So I'm looking at the annual catalog from 2024-2025. I'm on page 69, and I'm looking at this sample here that is a sample of the Spotlight on Nature stamp set. So we've got these pretty flowers and a butterfly, and they've put this fun project together. Now, I follow along with the Casing Tuesday Facebook group, and what they do is they take samples from the catalog and they break them down into a sketch for us. So I know from their post that I have my measurements here. I'm going to do a standard card, which is 5.5 by 4 1/4, and then I'm going to have an inset piece at 3.5 by 4 3/4. I have an element down here in their sketch. It says it's 1.5. Mine's going to be a little bit different, and then it's got this little paper ribbon there which it says is 2 1/4 by 3 1/8. Now, it's a sketch, so I don't have to follow it exactly, but it's a place to start. Now, the other thing I'm going to do, in addition to following their measurements, is I'm kind of going to stick with their color scheme, but I'm going to change it a little bit. I'm going with a lemon lime twist card base. I am going to stamp on a white piece of cardstock. I'm going to do pumpkin pie, and I'm going to be using my Cheerful Daisies as my stamp set. So I'm changing the stamp set, I'm changing the color scheme a little bit, but I'm going to stick pretty close to the sample. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, move this away. Okay, so like I said, I have a card base, which is lemon lime twist. Now this is 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. Okay, and then I'm just going to give that a crease, nice and crisp. Now it says in my sketch instructions from Casing Tuesday that my inset panel is going to be 3.5 by 4 3/4, and it's offset a little bit, so the skinnier over here, wider over there, but you can place it however you want to. If you want to put it right in the center, you go right ahead, or off to the side, up top. It's your card, you make it your way. Now, like I said, I'm going to use pumpkin pie ink with my stamps. I'm also going to do outline images with Memento. Then I've cut with my Everyday Details dies 2 circle elements. So I've got a wider one with this fun pierced edge, and then I have a small one for my sentiment. So this is going to end up like this, and I'm going to do a little paper ribbon down here after I do my stamping, and we'll put it all together. Okay, so that's kind of from the sketch to my project, and then we'll go from there. Now, I'm going to turn off my phone so that we don't have any interruptions. Yeah, okay, just a minute. Technology, when you forget to turn it off, can be interrupting. Alright, now, sorry about that. We're going to do some stamping. Alright, so I'm going to clear all this away and get my stamps out. Okay, so Cheerful Daisies. Now, I've said from the very beginning that yes, they're daisies, and daisies can be any color, so it's not like that's a problem. Sometimes I look at these images though and I see sunflowers. So, you know, whatever you want to do, it's your card. You envision it your way, but I'm going to stamp them with pumpkin pie today because it's one of my favorite colors, and why not? Okay, so I'm going to do a big bloom over here. And then I'm going to do the half bloom kind of right here. Little active edge there, and then I've got the full small flower I'm going to put off to the side over there. Now remember, in my sketch I've got the sentiment going on here, so I kind of been stamping around that. Alright, now I'm going to bring in my Memento, and I'm going to bring in my detailed stamp. So let me ink this up. So this is 2-step stamping, and with our polymer stamps and our clear blocks, this has become quite simple to do. So you stamp one, and then you line it up the best you can. It does not have to be perfect, and just stamp down the second image. So there's one. And I thought by doing it in black it would really make it pop, and I think it will. So, alright, and put this one down. And the outline. Okay. There's that. Now, I got to do some stems. All right, flowers just don't appear anywhere. So a few stems. I've got this one coming up here, and I'm gonna put that down as a little mask, just so I don't end up with a whole lot of extra lines where I don't want them. And this one, I'm going to bring it this way. Flip it over. Bring it in this way. Okay, so there's my stems. Now let's do our sentiment quick, since black is right here. Now I've got my little circle. I tested it. Let's see if I can really get it stamped on there. Yikes. Alright, well, it stamps okay. It just looks really messy. Let's cross our fingers. Boop. Alright, good. Alright, so there, and this, and that's going to go on there. Now, centers. So I'm going to come back with my pumpkin pie. So we've got 2 large centers in our stamp set. So I'm going to ink this up. I'm actually going to stamp it off once and then put it in, so I got a little contrast. Alright, now if you wanted that one filled in a little bit more, you could just stamp it again. I'm going to do that. A little bit more color in the center there. Okay, so there's all that. Now, I think we need some green to go with our card base, coordinating color, so I'm just going to add some leaves to fill in this background a little bit. So, however you want to add some color. I know this is going to get covered up, so maybe after we place it we'll decide to do something different, but that's it for now. Alright, so let me bring in the card base again. So this is my lemon lime twist base. There's my stamped panel, and I did smudge a little bit, but I think we're going to be okay. So I've got one circle embellishment and then my sentiment on top. Now I'm going to use dimensionals to really make those 2-tier pop up. So I'm going to do one set of dimensionals on the back of my sentiment. Put that in the center of my lemon lime, and then I'm going to put 2 on the back here, so that'll pop up. Now this one I'm just going to put down with liquid adhesive. If I can get it to come out. I just used it. Come on, my friend. Thank you. Put some adhesive on the back there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this, I'm going to put it in the middle. I'm just a symmetrical kind of girl. Most of the time I really need to just have it even Stevens all the way around. Just do it your way. I won't judge, but I'm going to do mine that way. Now, we have this little element of paper ribbon. Now I'm just going to kind of curl this with my finger, just kind of break it a little bit, right? Give it a kind of a warped, softer feel than just stiff cardstock. You can do this with your bone folder, but I find I can just do it with my fingers. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half, kind of like we would with a cloth ribbon, and then I'm going to just give it angled edges. Okay. So now, here's the idea. I'm going to put on this. I can V it, put that on, and then I'll put this over the top. And so I've got my little paper ribbon, and I've got my circle embellishment. And that would be casing the idea from the catalog and making it my own project with the supplies and the stamps that I have. Alright, so this is going to go here. Just going to press that down for a moment, pull off my dimensionals, and then that'll go over my paper ribbon. I've got a stamped background, and I got nice, bright, cheerful colors. And it all came from the sketch and sample from the catalog. So I hope you enjoyed this little stamping demonstration. Remember, 2-step stamping. If keep your simples, keep your colors simple. So I just went with 3. I went with the pumpkin pie, the lemon lime twist, and the black, which is Memento. And I just followed the sketch from the catalog. And like I said, Casing Tuesday will break down the sketch for you if you follow along. They do one every week to help you along. So there it is, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Do some fun stamping, and if you give this one a try, leave me a comment, let me know, and you can just leave me a comment, let me know if you liked it. So until next time, do some fun stamping.